Hello guys, in this video let's talk about how to make the belly section of the aircraft. It's pretty much the same design method that we used to make the fuselage of the aircraft, except for the fact that we have to do a little bit of trial and error to get the protrusions from the fuselage right, because sometimes you might not get the belly section protruding out of the fuselage exactly where you want it to, so you might want to do some trial and error into it. So let's get started with it. So as usual, we have to make few guide curves to do the lofting process. It's pretty much the same a guide curve. We have few guide curves, then few planes and profiles onto which we loft the entire belly section. So let's get started with the loft. So first we need the right view visible there, and we'll just hide this. And here what we are gonna do is, we see that the fuselage starts from here and ends there, and we have to do a guide curve for the bottom part of the belly section, and that's what we're gonna sketch right now. So just sketch on the right plane and we'll sketch the bottom part of the fuselage. Okay, so I have sketched out the belly section's bottom guide curve, but as you can see, I have not sketched the outline of the belly. The reason for this is, the belly that you see here is actually a protrusion from the fuselage. For the belly to be protruding like that, we have to start the loft of the belly from inside the fuselage so that it protrudes at this point. So that is why I have made the guide curves extend a bit forward from the actual belly sketch, and I have done the same to the rear section also. And the other thing that you have noticed here is, I have placed a marker here. This line here is to show that this is the start of the belly section from the right view, and also you can see the same from the front view as well, as this is the center line that I put there, and this is that dotted line that I put there to mark this as start of the belly section. So the other thing that we have to do is, we have to add a spline point here. So to add a spline point, we just right click on the spline, insert spline point function, just click there, and you have added a spline point there. Keep the marker intact, we will have to use it again. So we have finished that sketch, just exit the sketch. So we have the bottom guide curve ready already, and now we have to go to the front view. We show the front view sketch over there, and we have to sketch on the front plane. So we start the sketch on the front plane. And the other thing that we have to do is, we know that the belly starts from this point from the right view, but we don't know where the belly starts from the front, but we can see that the belly starts here at the front. So what we're going to do is, we're going to keep this as the reference. So we have to convert that entities, and now we have a point, the height where the belly starts, and now we have a lateral location of where the belly is starting. So it starts from somewhere over there. But the other thing is, this is a drawing. Our actual fuselage is not properly coinciding with the drawing, so you just hide the front view for now. You just show the fuselage, and now we can see that the belly section should start from there. Its height is from there, and laterally its location is somewhere over there. So to get that location properly, we have to do one more thing. We're just gonna take this sketch, this small sketch here, convert the entities. So that is the basic shape of the fuselage, and now we're gonna convert it. we have converted it so that we know that this point is the point where the belly starts. So we have the height and we have the lateral location of the belly, so we precisely know where the belly starts. So we're just going to trim the excess, and there we go. That's the point where the belly starts, and also keep that as a marker, and you don't need that anymore. So there we go, we have the point where the belly starts, and now we have to draw a curve that is going to give that's going to be one of the curves for a 3D guide curve that we are going to use. So in this belly section, we're not going to use traditional 2D guide curves. We're going to use a 3D guide curve, just like the way we used the 3D guide curve for the empennage section. So now we have to pop the front view image back on. So see on the sketch, the fuselage starts from there, but on our aircraft model that we made, the fuselage starts over there. So that's why I asked you to convert the entities from the model itself. So now we have to take a spline, and make sure that when you're making the spline, make sure that it is well within the aircraft's fuselage, because towards the end of the fuselage our empennage gets tapered down, and we don't want our belly section to be cut off outside the aircraft to make it neat. And also it gives a certain problems when our belly section is cut off from the fuselage. So we're just going to make it well inside the fuselage, connect to this point, and make a small curve up so that it coincides with this curve here, and just put the point there. So there we go, that's the sketch, one of the sketches for our 3D curve. So we exit the sketch, and now we need that same sketch over here as well, so we're gonna do that too. So as you can see, I've made another sketch here. I have converted this entity, drew a center line there, and just copied it in the mirror imaged it on this side. So that's the end of that. And so we have that guide curve, the one of the sketches for that 3D curve on both these sections, both the sides of the aircraft. Now we have to make the top guide curve. That is going to be another sketch for for these two guide curves that we're going to make. You'll get a better idea when I show it to you. So we're going to hide that. We're going to hide this image over here. I think we need that, and we're going to sketch on the right plane. So there we go, sketch on the right plane. Okay, so we're going to do that. Let's put two center lines on there, like dotted lines or construction lines, whatever you want to call it. Put two construction lines on there, and we have to make our sketch in between these construction lines, and now we can sketch the top curve. So there we go, the top guide curve is also sketched out, and now we have to use this guide curve and these two sketches over here to make the 3D sketch. So let's do that. Hide this, hide the right view, and let's project curve, sketch on sketch. Select this sketch, the second sketch, we have the 3D curve there. Select that, and you have to go to 3D curves and show this sketch so that it is available for making the second curve. So again, go to curves, project curve, click on that. There we go, we have both our sketches ready. And the other thing that I advise you to do is convert these two curves into 3D sketches. The reason why I'm saying that is because when we are doing the loft, we are going to do the loft the exact same way how we did the fuselage loft. We're going to break this loft into 3 sections. One section for this curve, one section for this straight area, and the other section for this curve again. So when we do the loft with the guide curves, we cannot use the curve for more than one loft, so we have to convert that into 3D sketches. To convert that into 3D sketches, just click sketch, go to 3D sketch, click on both these and just convert entities, so we got the 3D sketch. And if you want to delete those curves, you can just, if you want to delete those curves, you have to first delete the relations first. So this convert entity relation over here, so you have to delete all those. So I have deleted all that relations. Now I'm free to delete those 2 curves. I can just delete those, and it won't affect the 3D sketches that I used as a parent sketch. So you can just go there and delete those 2. All. And you can delete these sketches as well. So there you go, you're left with 3 guide curves. Now you have to make the planes and the lofts, planes and the profiles for the loft, and it's the same way we did for the fuselage. Go to features and reference geometry, create the planes with respect to the front plane. So I have already made all the planes here. Now we can start sketching on each of the planes. And before we start sketching, we have to just take a look at the front view. So it's just for reference. And the reason why I took the front view as a reference is, as you can see here, the bottom of the belly is pretty much flat. So we have to make sure that the belly that we make should be pretty much flat when we are doing the profiles. So we have to keep that in mind and make the profiles for the belly. So let's make the profiles. So I have completed all the sketches for the loft. Now we'll just see how we'll do the loft. So click loft boss base, use these 4 profiles for the first loft, and then the guide curves. This one, this guide curve, and the bottom one. So we have the approximate shape of the belly here. Hope it turns out to be good, because even I'm not sure how this will turn around, because it's like I told you, it's a trial and error method. And so when you do the loft, always make sure that you have the merge result clicked, or else it will show up as an error. Not an error, actually. It will show problems. It will have problems in the future. Okay, I'll just do this without the merge result. Now let's just move forward. So that's the first section over there. Looks pretty much okay. And now we have to make the sketches visible, otherwise we won't be able to use these as the guide curves. Okay, now you have to take the last sketch of the previous loft, use that as the base, and then loft again. So there we go, that's the second loft. Okay, we don't actually care about the shape that's gonna be here, we actually care about the shape that's gonna be outside. So that's pretty even over there, it's pretty even over there, and that's all we really care about. We don't really care about the other parts. Okay, there we go. And final loft. For that we have to take the last sketch from the previous loft, use that and the other two sketches, and then the guide curves. And then we are good to go. So I'll just hide these. And there we have it, the loft for the belly section. And now let's see how it looks with the aircraft's fuselage on. That looks pretty neat actually. But the only problem is, if you wanted to add a fillet over there, you cannot do that. See, I click the fill option and I'm not even able to get that crease over there. And that's where the merge result function comes over. So if you ever forget to put that check mark on the merge result option, you can just go back to the first loft that we made, edit feature, and just go down and click the merge function and finish it off, and that'll give you the crease over there, and that looks way better. And you can make it a little more beautiful by adding a fillet on there, and that too covers the whole section. I don't know why it does that, but that's how it goes. So I put a 500 fillet over there, that looks pretty good. Can put it over there too. Seems that you have to select all the relevant creases to get the fillet throughout the crease. So there you go. And there we have it, the belly of the aircraft. And this is pretty much coinciding with the sketch that we referenced this to. As I said, it's more of a trial and error. So I hope this video was informative for you, and I hope you like this video. So if you have any comments, if you have any doubts, please don't hesitate to ask me. You can also mail me in the email I've provided in my channel. Please do like my videos, subscribe to my channel for more, and thanks for watching, guys. See ya.